And here we go. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the penultimate qualifying round of Race of Champions. The drivers now exiting out pit lane to begin their qualifying laps. Only a 10-minute session for these drivers to get qualifying done, so it's going to be very crucial that they use every bit of time to do so. It's going to be a very important round here today, and we're going to find out who takes it on. So the drivers now coming out. So drivers all together now on track. And right now, it is this man. Mats Krogsgaard, with a great opening to this championship, has started to fall through with the likes of Luca Andretti being on his tail and has lost the championship lead. We saw in the last round, which was heartbreaking, Krogsgaard in the opening lap took the lead and then, through no fault of his own, runs deep into the grass, lost the lead and never got it again. It was very unfortunate for him. Nonetheless, though, this qualifying session is still going to be very important for all the drivers, and it's going to be one to forget for him, that's for sure. So as we continue now, Krogsgaard is, of course, the first driver that we're going to be watching around this circuit here. At Imola, 8 minutes and 18 seconds left to go. It's only a 10-minute session around here, so drivers are going to have to be very, very crucial to make sure that they are hitting all their laps, at least the banker. That's the most important one as we open up qualifying here. So as Krogsgaard now comes around the final corner with 12 drivers in the fray, we're going to find out now who is going to take pole position. So, Krogsgaard, here we go. First lap now. And we're going to see what the drivers are going to be chasing. He's on the front straight, looking in to the first couple turns here into turn one, down to third gear. Very beautiful around the left and right curbs. Flick to the left onto a mini straight here before we get into Villeneuve. You want to take as much speed as possible as you flick it into the left-hander. Then you want to be braking in a straight line, avoiding those sausage curbs, very crucial. Now we're entering into Tosa. A long left-hander as it goes up the hill as well, so it's going to be very tricky to put the throttle down without losing traction on the rear. Now, he's already lost the purple first sector now, I believe, to Luca Andretti. Yes, he has. We're going to stick on board with Krogsgaard here as he heads into the left-hander. You don't want to get too wide out here, just about keeping it on. Here comes Andretti, a little bit more wide, however. So both of these drivers pushing really hard. And now Krogsgaard, as he heads about to get into Sector 2. Quick chicane from him was purple, loses it just like that to Luca Andretti behind him. So Krogsgaard finding purple, then getting it absolutely shunted and taken away from him as Andretti behind him is going very quick. A little bit of a slide into the final two corners. Around the final corner now, onto the front straight. And we're going to see what Krogsgaard can put on the lap time board. But I don't think it's going to be as fast as this man, Luca Andretti. Krogsgaard, nonetheless, is going to come across the lap now. It's a 45.9. Luca Andretti, provisional pole. It's a 44.919. Across the line now. We're going to watch the drivers come around. We're going to see what they can do. So a 46.9 for Andy Rees. A 50.1 for Oliver Bloch. A couple other drivers more to come across the line. We're going to see now who's next. It's Danny Nasir. He comes across now, and he's going to go for a 150. Trouble for Andretti. Takes yellow flags, puts it into the pits. Route Ryan, P6. Klaus now coming across the line. He's going to put down a time that's not going to be valid. Brandon Smith, he brought out some yellows earlier, so I don't imagine his lap time being valid. Nothing from Van Doren. He's actually in the pits right now. He's exiting out with Luca Andretti. There's DeVille Park. And we also have Jaden Harrison, who's been the quickest driver over the week. A little bit of a wiggle and slides it left-hander. Fully locking it to the left. trying to recover. But folks, we're only at 5 minutes left to go in this qualifying session. So it's a quick one, that's for sure. So who do we see next? Here's Krogsgaard. And he's currently sitting in second position. He's on the front row. And a lot of speed. There you see more corrections. Steering misses the apex entirely. On the curb. Heading to the line now. And we're going to find out, is this anything to write home about for a lap? We're going to see. He comes across 45.9, nothing. But let's take a look at Jaden Harrison. What can he do? Jaden comes across. He goes up to third position. Snipes the top 3. He's on the second row. Here's Oliver. 1.5 off. You want to get into the 44s. That is the gold spot. That's where Andretta is right now. Come across the line. Here comes Blotch. P5. And no improvement so far. I take that back. DeVille Park goes up into P5 for Jamaica. So he's looking pretty good. And the chat, Team X-Play, Team Blackout Motorsport is watching. And yes, Martin, it is track limits for this race. They are sticking to the white lines and painted curbs. It was an updated rule set that we had back at Portland. So that is continuing on universally. So the white lines that define the track around the outer edges, that is what the driver's going to be watching. However, for qualifying, as much as the drivers know, the pole position lap time will be reviewed. As it stands right now, Luca did go 4 wheels off the track with this 144.919. It will stick if his pole position still stands, but he's improving right now, so he could have a chance to right the wrongs. Jaden Harrison disconnects from the session. He was currently sitting third. Hopefully we'll see him reconnected there. But on board now with Andretta. 2 minutes and 40 seconds left to go into the left-hander. Does he keep it all four? Yes, he does this time. Keeps on to the painted curbs. Looks good. Into the Aqua Mineral now. On onto the brakes. There's a car off the track. A little bit of a slide there from Andretta. Just about avoids the sausage curbs. It's actually Klaus that's in the way. Back on board. And Klaus, oh, he's missed the apex entirely. Missed the whole corner. And Andretta is quicker this lap. And hey, if he can improve this one and keep this one clean, well, he's going to get that pole position point. And he's also tied in the playoffs with Mike Van Doorn, which right now, Van Doorn, he's struggling out there. He's purple, though, in the second sector. So is Andretta. Now Luca to come across the line. Will it be improvement? No, it is not. He's lost 4/10 on that lap. Wow. Krogsgaard, 2/10 off. But it is eyes on Van Doorn, who desperately needs to get a qualifying lap in. He runs a little bit wide there, and he currently sits 11th. So needs to step it up as soon as possible. This is a championship that he is very much in. Puts it up to P4. There we go. And that is more like it from the Dutchman. He's going to need every point. With the likes of this man here, Luca Andretta, well, it's going to be a hard one to go up against, but we're under 1 minute to go. So we're going to find out how it turns out here. And let's see what he can do. Meanwhile, we also have Krogsgaard up there, still with one more chance. But time is ticking very fast. P9 of Andrew Ryan around Tosa there currently sits 9th position. 7th place of Klaus. I think that was, no, it's Danny Nasir. His qualifying is complete. He's taking it to the pits. No chance of improvement. 18 seconds to go. And Luca Andretta, this might be his last lap. He can pull together. So let's see what he can do. 8 seconds. Yeah, he's not going to get another one. Luca, here we go. 44.919 bails out to the pits. His qualifying's done. Next driver DeVille also in the pits. Andy Rees, Brendan Smith, eyes are on them now. Let's see what Andy can do. Are they going to bail out? No, they don't. They're going to race to the line. Here comes Andy Rees. The Danish driver for Andy Master Racing currently sits third, comes across the line, stays third. Brandon Smith, nothing can be done from him either. Van Dorn, though, sits P4. Can he improve across the line? And it is not going to improve position. He stays fourth. Krogsgaard, another big player in this championship, ready to come across the line. Ruben Orion ahead of him. We'll see his lap time. He currently sits ninth, but Krogsgaard, can he take down the pole man? 44.919 to beat. He's yellow in the first two sectors, but it's the third one that counts the most. And no, he can't get it done. That's it. Oliver Bloch, not as quick this lap around. Ruben Orion already came across the line. Jaden Harrison not in the session, and I do hope we do see him for the race. He would be starting in, I believe, P4 if he does enter back into the session. There's Brandon Smith, our only American driver on the grid right now. It used to be Cody Lawrence, but Brandon now returning back to Caribbean Motor Racing Sim Club, or your Daytona 500 winner back in 2023. And what a Daytona 500 was for Brandon Smith. But that is going to do it for qualifying. Luca Andretta has taken pole position here. Once again, that was a very great lap. It was a 1:44.919. Will still be taken to the stewards if his pole lap time for the point is going to matter. But as it stands, he takes pole. 2 15-minute races coming your way. Qualifying, though, is complete for the penultimate round of the championship.